Yes, then boys, about to get the cool review going. Where are we going? Here. So this is from my old offer. I'm gonna have to edit. No, I don't need to edit her name out, to be fair. So yeah, this is going to be the cool review. I did close this one. This is from back in, I don't even know when this was. August, I want to say. There we go. 7th of August, 2024. So here we go. Hold down.
I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me. Fantastic. There we go. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for the phone call.
What's that, sorry?
I said thank you for the phone call.
Oh, no, thanks very much for jumping on. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to jump on. And look, I don't want to take up much of your time. I've got meetings back to back all day. So are you cool if we just kind of jump straight into this? Is that all right?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. So we only have really like half an hour set aside for this, all right? This is 100%.
This stuff is kind of pointless. This is just like framing the cool. We don't really need to watch this. I mean, her height is 5'3", and 179 pounds, and she's 26, right? So she's not in the best shape. So let's start from let's just start from here.
Yeah, absolutely. We can only get down to a certain point of body fat, right? Like the average that you probably want to be around is anywhere between 10 to 15.
Okay.
In and around that area, that's what's going to give you like definition. If you want abs and you want to get like super fucking lean, then you can drop down to 10. You can even go below if you really want to. I wouldn't advise it. It's not very fun down at that side. But somewhere flexible and somewhere sustainable is anywhere between that kind of like, I would even go so far as to say 12 to 15. You can enjoy your life there, have a bit of alcohol, have a few glasses of wine if you want, have a couple of cheat meals in a week, still remain in those boundaries,
Makes sense.
Because at the end of the day, you're still young, right? Like you're 26 years old. There's no denying that.
So here, just so you guys know, like what I'm doing is I'm framing myself as the professional. She's talking about body fat percentages and she's kind of clueless. So I'm just piecing together for her exactly like why she should trust me, why my opinion is valid, why her goals are correct, and also we're going to go on to now explore more about it.
No, once you get your metabolism back on track, you've at least got another 15 years.
How do I get my metabolism back on track? Because I was wondering, the results that I got from the test I took yesterday is pretty much this, right?
Yeah, exactly. So there's different ways that you can do it.
So just so you know, like this is a tripwire offer, right? Like no one is really aware that they're coming on the sales call. They think it's called a metabolic assessment, essentially, yeah?
Really, I mean, we do have ways that we can help you with this. At the moment, what you've got with V-Trade is more like a cookie cutter approach, if you like. It's almost like, how would you put it? Like a blanket approach, right? If you ever heard that term before. So essentially, it's not built for you and for me, right?
Okay.
It's built for everyone. So this way, you have all of it's like opening a safe, right? Like you have all of the numbers that open the safe. You just don't have the sequence. So if you don't have the sequence, obviously it's going to be pretty difficult to open the safe, right?
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Now the other side to it is where we give you the sequence. Got like an eyelash floating around somewhere. We got like the other side to it where we give you the sequence so you can unlock it. It is the more like additional support side. I mean, it all really depends where you lie and what really you're looking to get out of this call. Whether you want us to kind of give you a little bit of additional support if we can, or whether you just want to take as much free information and go off on your own way and try and make it work like yourself.
I definitely want to take the journey a little bit more seriously, which is why I've invested into this. I appreciate the live phone call because it's somebody who knows.
See, so at the top, like this is where I see the idea of like them actually realizing that, okay, well, like if I need additional support, this call, there is an option to get it rather than going through the whole call and they're like, I didn't expect to spend $3,000 and give me all this bullshit. So this is where I found a lot of success for those of you who are on tripwire offers to actually frame the call at the start and be like, damn, okay, like this is what I need to do. Yeah, so whether you want as much free information as possible and send you on your way and make you sound like a cheap cunt, or whether you actually want to get the support that you need. I just realised I didn't have my microphone plugged in. I don't know if it's going to make a difference. It's what it is, I guess.
So what is my first step? What is my first focus when it comes to metabolism to speed it up? Or
that this is not something that we could just discover in half an hour. This is like, if you want it, I can give you all of the general advice in the world. In terms of like general advice, do you really think that general advice is going to get you down by 30 pounds? Or do you feel
So what will? Is there something I can invest in?
That's what I'm saying. Like we can kind of like discuss that, I guess, to make sure that it's a good fit and to make, because I'm not going to put you on the program if I don't feel that it's a good fit, first of all, because there's so many different aspects.
Gatekeeping. I'm not going to put you on the program if, holding the frame, if you qualify yourself to me that you can come onto the program, I will let you on.
Many different guarantees that we're only signing on people who are fucking dedicated and people who actually want to make the change. We can go on to discuss all of that. I guess in terms of this and what we can do, how long has it been since you've actually been trying to or wanting to achieve?
boom, straight back into the process. Yeah.
You for the next 30 pounds?
So it's been on and off for weeks where I will eat correctly, track my macros, track my calorie intake, and then I'll fall off because I get my period, I get cravings, or I'll have a cheat meal, but it'll be 2 days a week, so it's not consistent. I want to say it's been 3 months since I'm trying to consistently eat correct, but continue to fall off the wagon.
Okay, you continue. Why do you? I know you mentioned obviously like other things play into it, like life gets in the way, whether that's your period or like work or whatever it might be, family events. Why for you specifically do you feel that you kind of fall off the wagon?
I fall off the wagon. I think it has to do with the mental state of or essentially not seeing results.
Because she just gave me a load of bullshit. Oh, my period, all of this other stuff like comes into my life, cravings. It's like, well, you're 26 years old. You're still going to get your period for at least another 30 years, maybe 25. So you can go down the route of like, okay, well, your period's not going to go anywhere, is it? Respectfully. And you can just have like a down-to-earth conversation and it's like, what's actually going on? Or you can just cut straight through the smoke like I did in this situation where you just say, well, like, these things are going to be there. Like, what for you specifically is actually stopping you? And then this is when she starts to dive into the mental state of things.
Or am I doing it the right way? How long do I have to wait before I... So lately I've been trying to track it actually. In the last 2 weeks I've taken pictures, I've done a measuring tape to try to track it and see if I can consistently see results or a change in
You see how she's kind of going off tangent here because of her ego, right? She's like about to dive into a mental state and then she starts going on about fucking tracking all of this other shit.
A week or two.
I see. Okay. So you're actually putting in the work. You're actively trying to make a change. Like you said, I can see with you're actually trying to take it more seriously, which is good to see. Because if you compound seriousness over a period of time, eventually somewhere along the line you're going to see results. I guess for you, like, why is now actually an important time to take it more seriously then if this has been going on for like a little while?
I've never been this weight before. I'm overweight, I'm heavy, and I don't feel comfortable in my body. So I appreciate it. I look fine, but it's not my elite moment. And for health reasons, I want to make sure I look good.
Yeah, for sure. When you say like health reasons, what do you mean? Do you feel like health is kind of coming up as a concern somewhere maybe on the horizon a little bit, or like what's
not necessarily now, but I just to get
with people like this as well, because they're so young, when you're trying to, if they mention health concerns, it's like, is health a concern for you now? It probably isn't. However, when you say, okay, well, is health a concern for you on the horizon? Because a lot of people are thinking that a little bit further ahead. So they're looking at it like, damn, if I carry on like this, I'm going to have high cholesterol in 10 years, or I'm going to have high blood pressure, and you can really start to fucking grill them with that. The other side to it is like, when they talk about confidence, for example, it's like, confidence, okay, well, would you say that you're not as confident as you'd like to be then? Because if you just say, okay, well, are you confident? Are you not confident then? They're going to be like, no, I am confident, like, and they're going to get their back up. But if you ask it in that way where you say, are you not as confident as you'd like to be? It's slightly different, right? Because no one is really as confident as they'd like to be. Yeah, I mean, like, we're all pretty confident people in the world of sales. However, there's always levels to it, right? So, yeah.
Get the cardiovascular moving to get my body moving, my hips, my legs, my knees.
Yeah, okay. So with this then, like, let's say that we help you down the next 30 pounds and we actually get you to where you want to go, that first milestone. Because 5 for 3, obviously, if you're at 150 pounds, you've got the curves in the right places and, you could definitely pull that off. So what difference would that actually make for you to lose the 30 pounds? Like, what difference would that actually make on the other side to this in your life?
Well, I mean, the overall state that I'm in, my mood, my clothes fit better.
She starts to bring up the state, the mood, her clothes. And this is where we're diving into the future pace, because she's told me that, like, now she's never been at this weight before. I could have dived in a little bit further, looking at this and been like, okay, well, when did you realise that you're actually this heavy? Okay. And, like, we still haven't really got to the bottom of it yet. This call was a little while ago, so I'm, like, still trying to refresh myself on really what was going on. But yeah, like, the idea of this is that she needs to take ownership for her being lazy and her being inconsistent. She hasn't done that yet. She will do this further down, I hope. Or I've just completely fucked it, but still closed it somehow. But this is where we're diving into future pace here, yeah.
I'm an example for my mom, especially for my mom. Just picking up healthier habits. It's just something that shows consistency, something that shows accountability. That's one of the problems that I have with probably why I fall off the wagon, the accountability. Yeah. And I wrote it on the questionnaire.
Yeah. Okay then. So really then, like, when you say an example to your mum, like, why is that important to you?
Especially to my mum, like, oh, especially to your mum. Okay, well, why is that important to you?
She's also overweight. She's, as an adult now, I'm seeing where I take responsibility for me, but I see her struggles and her weaknesses, what she had and what she did not have growing up. So by being an example to her of knowing that you don't have to cut off all the food that you like, you don't have to cut off all the sugar, but just have a balanced diet, have a consistent way of eating or lifestyle, shows that she could do it for herself as well. She's going to the gym, but then the food habits aren't the best. So when she sees me eating right, she'll pick up a better breakfast.
I get it. Okay. And like, this is very interesting because once you start setting an example to yourself, because that's the most important person, right? Like, obviously, I know our mums in our life, like we're the same age, right? And I know that I idolize my mum, like she's my absolute queen. And so I will always try to look at her and use her as an example and what I can do. But I know if I leave myself and she sees me creating waves and doing the things that she knows that I'm going to be successful with, naturally that brings her up to the same level. You know, and then it's a partnership, and you see the frequency of the relationship evolve and increase and develop, and it really is quite a beautiful thing. Now, I've been a coach on V-Show for quite a while.
So you see, like, essentially you're relating there, like that was the idea of it, is that like, yeah, you've told me that your mum's kind of like a little bit lazy, so I'm going to tell you that, like, you know, I have the same experience, and what I do is I lead myself first, so that essentially she gets in the frame of leading herself, and then my mum follows. So the idea of it is to subliminally plant a seed of like, you need to be the leader, girl.
Oh, wow. So naturally, it's my job to challenge people in terms of where they want to go. So let's look at the other side to this, then, Melita. What happens if you do nothing? What happens if you stay in the same place?
I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to, what if I don't? I mean, I won't, because I'll either eat less. I don't want to keep going up in pounds. My belly, see, I'm very proportioned. So everything is, it doesn't just all.
Could have definitely dived in a lot deeper to the emotion and got a lot more pain out of it. Okay, so do you not feel that you're setting a good example to your mum now? No? Okay. Well, like, you know, obviously I know it's not your job to set an example, but like, how does that actually make you feel? Right? And bring out some negativity, bring out some pain, and see where she goes from it. But as you can see, she's completely in denial. Like, I'm not going to do nothing, but like, to be honest, it's already been years. So you have already done nothing.
Go to my belly, it goes to my butt, it goes to my thighs, my arms. So essentially, I'm well proportioned, but not where I want to be. So if I don't do anything, I'd only either go up, and knowing my habits, my habits of eating sugar, my habits of craving sweets, my habits of eating more calories in a day that I have to. I don't want to continue to feed into those habits, that lifestyle. So essentially, I want to pick up a different lifestyle, different habits.
Okay. Who's responsible for the lifestyle then?
Myself.
Yourself.
Consistently, accountability. Accountability is a problem because I don't have somebody there that says, hey, you know, stay on top of it. But it is a lot of mental.
She's coming to a point of awareness of like, okay, damn, like accountability is a problem. She's mentioned it twice now. And I skimmed over it because we're going to dive straight into it later within the pitch, you know?
Work for myself. I know that.
But to be honest, we probably could have actually dived into it a little bit sooner and been like, okay, so what happens if you don't get it then? What happens if you continue to remain without accountability?
But as much as I want to be an example for my mom, like you said, I am also an example for myself and what I can get done.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There we go. She's replicating the same thought and the same mindset that I just proposed to her. Yeah, like you said, I need to be an example to my mum, but also, like you said, I need to lead myself first.
Of internal work required with this, you know, because once you get to a certain level, and believe me, I've been in this industry now for like 7 years, right? And I've experienced many different levels in my martial arts, in my gym, in my training, in my personal life. Once you reach certain levels, you might have even experienced this yourself, you become complacent at that level. You're like, oh, fuck yeah, like, cool, I can chill out a bit now. And then you start to decline and progress. And that for me is where accountability is very important. For you, where would you say that the accountability is important for you?
So the idea of that is to throw yourself under the bus in the way where you're like, okay, well, like the accountability is important to me because this is why it's important to me in multiple different areas of my life. Like, so that you can relate to them first, and then they're going to open up a lot more off the back of that. I'm
a beginner's level now, so I think that once I've had times in my life where I've gone to the gym a year, every single day consistently. The food wasn't, I didn't have knowledge about the food, so that wasn't in the picture at the time. But once I get a habit in place, then I'm able to make it a part of my routine.
Yeah,
I'm at beginner's level now, so it's easy for me to it's more difficult for me to be stronger up here and keep going.
Okay, I understand. So I feel like, you know, based on what we've spoken about, the most suitable route for you and like the most guaranteed route to actually get you to kind of take this more seriously and get.
So we see 14 minutes in and we're pitching already. I don't know, this is kind of sus. Like, I don't know, this is why there's probably like half an hour of objection handling, because she hasn't really given me anything there, really, has she? She's just told me that the accountability is going to be important for her because she's at a beginner's level now. Like, what does that even mean?
Get you onto the next stage will be our metabolic reset program. I know we mentioned this briefly kind of at the start. So to give you an idea of comparison between the two sides, what you have at the moment is pre-recorded workout videos, some nutrition advice, and a load of recipe ideas. This holds many benefits. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and completely slate this side of each shred because it can work if you stick to it. All right, it can work. The only thing it doesn't have is the accountability, the guidance. It won't reset your metabolism, and it won't give you that extra kind of holding your feet to the fire when you need it. So the other side, where I can invite you over to, is where we will personalize the nutrition for you, we will personalize the workouts, and we will find you a metabolic coach on your time zone, not mine, who will personalize this entire plan for you, hold your feet to the fire 100% of the time to make sure that we actually get you to this next stage, 250 pounds, where you're lean and mean, the fat is gone, the doubt is gone, the yo-yos are a distant memory, and we can really start to make big steps. Obviously, you need to be dedicated and you need to be ready to take the step there. And we can go on to discuss like investment and everything like that. Would you be open to hearing a little bit more about it?
What I want to know real quick is if a metabolic reset is kind of like a hormonal reset. It is? Okay.
So imagine it to be like, it's never going to be blood work. We're not going to make you go and get injections and blood samples at a doctor or anything like that. Don't worry. So you're safe in that regard. What it is really, imagine the metabolism to start producing. Like what happens is it will produce hormones in your body. So if there's a lot more to it, right? So I'll give you like kind of a quick rundown. So the brain plays a huge part in this as well. The brain consumes about 80% of the calories that we eat. So the body reacts to the brain's chemistry. So when you're eating food, if you're not eating in the right way, or you're chopping and changing your diet, the chemistry in the brain is going to be fluctuating like fucking mad all the time, which means that your body and your hormonal chemistry is going to be fluctuating like mad as well at the same time, right? So all of a sudden, you're going on these huge ups and downs, dips, lefts and rights, you go north, east, south to west, and it can become difficult to find a baseline level because your body just doesn't understand the baseline level. So how we target this is we put in proper nutrition at the right times in the day with the right foods, the right sugars, the right fats, the right proteins, the right carbs, so that naturally the chemistry in your brain establishes a baseline level, basically. Does that make sense in terms of the hormone production? Yeah. So that's, I can go on to explain all of that. I mean, did you want me to kind of break down how we can walk you through to this side?
Well, I mean, essentially the metabolic reset program is something that's something that you can offer me and something that's going to cost me something. I know I'm taking advantage of a lot in the program. I'm new in the program. I would like to buy whatever I can to invest. Like, for example, the supplements. I'm interested in the supplements. Right now, financially, I can't because I just invested into that. But the more I know, the better, because it's always going to be available to me if I buy the reset. You said from 1 to 9, I'm at a 3. The lower, the worse, and that's not too good. I'm not surprised by it, and I need to reset that. I have read YouTube videos. I have seen YouTube videos about hormonal resets. I know that it could be as quickly as 7 days. Got to be strong up here.
To give you an idea, like, there's a big difference between like actually just going on a 7-day blend and
shit. So as you can see, like, she's already given me objections like, yeah, it's always going to be available to me. I can reset my hormones in 7 days. Like, she doesn't even really know what she's fucking talking about. But it's because I didn't challenge her enough in the discovery up top.
Establishing a routine and a lifestyle to actually get you to where you want to go, right? And like, I'll keep it real with you. If you want to go down this if you want to establish the perspective of, you know, oh, this will always be available to me, then there is like no way that we'll accept you onto the program, because like I said, we need to make sure that because we have guarantees to get you to where you want to go, if you're not serious about this, then we're not going to take you on at the end of the day. It's like, yes, I understand you've invested. Well done for taking the first step. There's no denying that you've put a good first step in place. Ultimately, whatever you've invested so far, we will refund you, because the idea here is not to give you everything or not to make you spend everything. The idea here is to actually get you on the right program, one that just fucking works and gets you the results that you want to get. You know,
Makes sense.
So it's your call, really. Obviously, if you're, let me ask you, like, on a scale of
Detachment. Yeah, just being like, look, like, you can do whatever you want. I want you to know that if you walk away from this, then we're not going to accept you onto the program, because, you know, you're not showing us that you're dedicated, basically.
1 to 10, 1 being you're not very serious at all, 10 being, you know, you're ready to kind of like run for a brick wall. Where would you say that you are on that scale?
Pretty high up there, actually, like a 7.
A 7, okay.
Yeah, I just need to get my habits in place, get consistency with the food, the times, the prepping, making sure I eat the correct amount of macros. I'm tracking it consistently week after week.
Okay.
And going to the gym is not a problem. I do go to the gym 3 or 4 times a week, but I'll do more if I'm more consistently with food and stuff. Like, I will have, there's different focuses at the gym. Just put it that way.
Okay, yeah, I understand. Like, I've been training for years. I've done every workout program you can ever imagine. So I've found a way to make it sustainable in my life. And for you, if you go down a route of like no accountability, do you really feel like that is the best route for you? And if it is, then it's fine. I don't mind. We can shake hands and walk away. But ultimately, like, do you feel that that's really going to be the most effective route for you?
Which route is the most effective for me? Sorry.
If you go and do this on your own, you know, with what you've already got, and you don't have kind of the accountability there to help see you through to the next stage.
So what are you offering me?
So, other than hopes and dreams and the castles in the sky, what we can do is pair you up with a metabolic reset expert. Now, like I said, they will be on your time zone, not mine. All right, so they're going to be completely there for you, accessible to you for 24 hours of the day, 7 days a week. Now, you get 12 months worth of program. The first 3 months is with your coach. Sorry, the first 6 months is with your coach, in your case, and the next 6 months is solo. So you get 50-50 split over the year, all right? Now, in terms of the program itself, for the whole year, it's $3,000. You don't need to pay it all up front. We have so many different ways we can split it up. We can split the investment over 1, 2, or even 3 years if we need to. We get the installment all the way down to like $100 a month, basically. All right.
$3,000?
Free, yeah. Now, and like I said, you can obviously split these payments up if we can make it more manageable for you. We can go on to discuss all of that and make sure that it is definitely tailored around you. And if we need to make something a little bit more custom to make it fit you, obviously we can do that. In terms of actually breaking the cycle, getting you down by £30, the first step that we'll do is...
I'm just thinking, like, is it worth just skipping the pitch? Because, you know, do you really want to hear it? I'll just put it on 2 times speed or 1.75. We can listen to
We'll lay out this nutrition plan. So we'll be like, hey, gal, like, what foods do you like? How much time you got to shop, eat? What's the food budget every month? We can even build it around you and your mum if you'd like, because then it's going to be easy to stick to. Do you still live at home with mum, or you kind of like flip the nest?
I do.
Yeah, so she's mentioned her mum so many times that, like, when in the pitch with the nutrition, like, we're going to include your mum, and she's going to love that, yeah?
Yeah, okay. So imagine it to be, you can keep it with your mum if you like. This way, you know, you guys are doing it together. It's actually nice, you know, it keeps her involved. And also because she's going to the gym, she's going to feel the benefits of the nutrition. Yeah, so every week you will start to feel your energy levels go up. You'll start to feel your body kind of click back into gear. Everything will start to align, and your metabolism will start to pump out the hormones like it should in order for you to burn the fat off, in order for your brain to have that clarity, so there's no brain fog there, and you can operate like a well-oiled machine, basically. Now, with the workouts, they're going to be roughly about 2 to 3 workouts a week. They're going to begin at about half an hour each session. Do you feel time-wise that that's something that's even doable for you?
That is.
Yeah, okay. If it's not, I would say, like, there's no point even doing this in the first place, you know,
I'm
because...
going to be honest with you, Jack, because I appreciate your time and I appreciate everything, all the information you've given me. $3,000 investment into this, no matter how serious I am, from a 1 to a 10, I could be an 11. That's a whole lot of money that I can't afford right now. I can't invest that right now. I will try the piece of my own accountability, my own research. I've invested in Reach because Vince is all over my YouTube, and I gave in. There's a lot more that I could take advantage of. Like I mentioned, supplements. This metabolic rate reset is awesome, especially the whole year thing. But it wouldn't be an investment I'd apply myself for now. Not at all.
Okay, and that's totally fine. And I respect your honesty and I appreciate your like upfrontness, because it's just exactly as I am, very direct. So if we can split the payments up and we get it down, just to get you rocking and rolling on a plan that's actually going to give you the vehicle to get to where you want to go, we can break it to either like $100 a month or 150. Do you feel like that would take food off the table and that would like make you homeless, or would it just be like...
It would take food off my plate, but it is an additional payment I won't be able to make. Now, it does...
But, yeah, non-bio language.
Go back to the question you initially asked me, like, how serious are you? Because technically I am very serious, and I know this would probably get me to where I want to go, exactly like you said. But I am not $3,000 serious. I'm not.
Not
Okay.
$3,000 serious.
You just kind of stay at 7 out of 10 and you rely on your motivation to see you through. You know, and I'm not going to sit here and try to convince you, because if you need convincing, then again, like, you know, that's
No, it sounds like exactly what I need. The accountability from a coach and stuff, but because of the money.
You tell me then, like, if the money's going to be too much and you feel...
Just cutting her off because she's just chatting shit now. She's just said, yeah, this is exactly what I need, but, you know, I'm not serious about it. She's just scared of the money, basically.
Or like, you know, that's going to put you in a bit of a sticky situation. Morally, I cannot do that. I cannot put you on this path. So help me understand. In terms of a monthly amount, what do you feel is something that's a little bit more comfortable for you with everything that you've got going on right now, and something that you actually feel can match the level of commitment that you've got?
My goodness. If I split the payments at $50, which is 50% off a monthly payment, that'll put me on a finance plan with you guys for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, we definitely can't split it up over 5 years, but what we can do is we can look at a lower program, a program with kind of less deliverables, if you like. So if you imagine, instead of having 6 months with a coach, you'd have 90 days with a coach. All right, so you'd have 3 months rather than 6. If you spend the 3 months with a coach, they'll still personalize all of your nutrition, personalize all of the workouts, help you get from A to B, so that you can burn the fat off every week and you start to build the muscle definition. And now they will be on your phone 24/7 whenever you need them. You know, they are there for you. They are your little like mentor, if you like. You know, they're almost your directions to get to where you want to go. They're the GPS on your journey. They'll give you a call every week. They'll give you a video call every month. So by the end of the 90 days, the guarantee is you'll be anywhere between 20 to 30 pounds down. Okay, that is where most people end up. You have to put in the work though. You have to be dedicated. You have to follow our advice and our guidance and reach out when you need the help. And if you do this and you see absolutely no results, you get all your money back. Now, you still get an additional 9 months afterwards, and we can talk about all of that. It's like a lifestyle phase where we focus on maintaining your results with metabolic information, nutrition plans, workout plans, and we plan it all out for you. Now, it's $1,500 for the full year, okay? We can split the payments up, though, and we can do so over 3 years, and it gets the payments down to $50 a month overall. It's actually slightly less. It's like $47, but I always just round up just to keep it easy. It's like $57 a month. Goodness. Can you hear that rain outside?
No, I can't.
No, you can't. Okay, good. So that is the whole idea of it. You have your guarantee. I wouldn't expect you to even get your money back. What I would expect you is to look and feel fucking fantastic, because that is where we take you on this journey. That's the top of the mountain. Now, I'm not asking you to be at the top of the mountain today. All right, I hope you can understand. That's a very big ask for you to go from here to here straight away. What I'm asking
Showing a visual representation of the gap, yeah.
is just for you to have enough confidence to take the first step into your journey. We don't even need you to pay anything today. We don't expect you to pay even a single dollar today. If you're happy enough, we can get you rocking and rolling, delay the first payment for 30 days' time. So this way, by the time September rolls around, you've got 4 weeks of results. You're anywhere between, say, 7 to 10 pounds down. You're feeling good, you're looking better, got rid of some of the fat, you're not yo-yoing, you're learning the habits, and you just know that you're on the right path. You're living with the peace of mind that actually you're seeing the results and you're making a change.
What is the cancellation policy if I change, like let's say I do it, but then I change my mind? Do I have a certain amount of days where I can just say, no, I'm not going to do it?
Why does she want to cancel, bro? She's trying to lose weight. You can just tell there's like a serious lack of commitment here. So I really needed to address that. I don't know, I can't remember if I do.
Yeah, you do. My first question would be, is there anything that's coming up right now that would actually make you feel like you want to cancel?
Yeah, that's the thing. That if I do it, I wouldn't cancel.
You wouldn't?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
It wouldn't make sense to.
Okay. Well,
So she's just chatting shit then. She's just scared, basically. Yeah, this is all just fear, you can tell.
oh, at the end of the day, the only guarantee that we have in our life, my love, is ourselves, isn't it? At the end of the day. Like, I can't...
I really needed to slap some responsibility on her, and I didn't. So, like, this is why I'm getting this shit.
I can give you all of the guarantees in the world. I can say that we're going to like help you lose £30 and then £30 is going to make you make like $100,000 a month, and you know you're really going to start making huge waves in your life. At the end of the day, who's responsible for actually showing up and doing the work?
Yeah, myself.
It's you, right? And like, are you actually willing and committed to showing up and doing the work?
I am, Jack.
So
I'm slightly giving in to the idea of $50 a month, but
it's not about giving
no, I know, but it's about, like you said, learning the ins and outs,
Giving in. What's that all about, mate?
the habits, learning the losing and making the changes come to life. I personally haven't had a flat stomach. I mean, I have, but it's been quite a few years. Anyways, an overall change. My money right now, I won't be able to take that on, even if it's $50 a month. I will rely on my 7 to 10 motivation.
She just said like that she would be able to. So she's chatting shit, basically. She's just scared. I need to slam her in some responsibility here. And I need to make sure that, you know, I understand what type of fear it is that she has. To me, it just seems like fear of herself, that she's not going to be able to commit to it.
And if in the near future I do decide to do the metabolic rate reset, I know I have that option. Maybe I have to think about it. Maybe I need a week. Maybe I need 3. Maybe I give in. Maybe I don't. Because at the end of the day, not only is it a bill I'm adding, that here's the thing: the shred is not going to necessarily make me money or nothing. I'm just looking better and feeling better. That's it. Making a goal happen for me.
Mm-hmm. So look, at the end of the day, like it's only a bill. It's only an expense if you don't make the most out of it. Otherwise, it's an investment.
Yeah.
Investment into yourself. So I guess, do you feel like you even deserve to lose the £30? Like, do you feel like you're worth it?
Here I was kind of sensing like a lack of self-worth, so that's why I'm going down that route. Some people wouldn't recommend it. In this scenario, I thought it was suitable, but I definitely had to slap some more responsibility on her first.
Yeah, I understand the whole idea of
Like, do you feel that you're worth it though?
I am, but it just doesn't take away from paying or not
I
paying,
am,
or
but-
relying on the 7 motivation of 10, or paying what I gotta pay, because it's not an expense, it's an investment. Exactly. It's the same thing with school. I pay for school and I'm focused. So it's an investment in myself.
Yeah. And like, do you
She's selling herself on the idea of investing into herself, but she's also contradicting it. So I should have been a lot more switched on her.
feel that your family deserve you to lose the £30?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Like, why do you even feel like they deserve you to do it? Because with all due respect, like it's
Because I don't grow up, I grow to the sides at this point. I come from a Hispanic household. It's always the weight is always point of conversation. So I think me, like everyone else in the family, does deserve to lose 30 pounds, 20 pounds, whatever their goals are.
Yeah. And I know that it's
She misunderstood it. So, do your family deserve you? So I needed to go back over that with her.
like a decision with uncertainty can be hard to make. So, I mean, if we put the investment to a side, do you feel that what we've ran over can actually help you lose the next £30? Or like, how do you feel?
I'm a little bit, I don't know till I see it, but it has to do with me. So I have to see what I'm applying
Yeah.
in order to see the results.
At the end of the day, we don't know how hot the water is until we dip our toe in, right? Like that's kind of the aim of the game. So for you, like, what do you feel, based on what we've spoken about, wouldn't work?
See, I don't think it has to do with the program. I think it has to do with me.
It has to do with you. All right, I understand it.
Boom, fear of her. Told you.
And just to see where I can help and where I can offer like any kind of support if I can. Is £50 a month something that's gonna like completely ruin you financially, or is it just gonna be a bit of a hit on the account?
It's not going to completely ruin me.
There you go. Boom. And like she even said it before, $100 a month isn't gonna ruin her. She's just not $3,000 serious. So I probably could have sold her on the bigger package, to be honest.
Okay.
I would just have to evaluate where I'm at and how much I'm willing to invest, because it's not just the money; it's also me applying myself. I don't want to have a monthly meeting with a coach and essentially not have any results. But knowing that I have,
Why would you not have any results? Are you going to show up and do this? Yeah. It's weird. It's almost the same time here as it is up here.
a coach there and that I have accountability coming my way in the next 30 days, does urge me to get this done.
So let me kind of ask you then, like, in terms of this, it's natural to feel scared of doing something like this. It's like a bungee jump, right? Like you stand on the edge of that platform, you look down, and the idea of it when you weren't standing on the platform probably sounded pretty good, right? Like you're like, yeah, this is gonna be fun. You got the adrenaline rushing, and then you get to the end of the platform, and the end of the platform is here, right? And you're standing on the edge, and you're looking down at this like 500, 1,000 meter drop, and you're thinking, fuck, because now everyone's watching. You have to make the jump. You see the other side of it. Once you jumped, the other side of that little boundary is everything that you've been searching for: the results, the adrenaline, how you want to feel. And you're screaming and you're enjoying the way down. That's the journey. You see, if you stopped at the edge of the platform and you thought, nah, and you just walked off and you walk back, then ultimately, you know, that's the life that you would have to live, is one of you not actually committing, not making a jump, and not going to where you want to go. So if you feel like the problem is going to be in you per se, do you feel that you're actually ready to show up and do the work?
So now that's where I'm at. I'm at the platform, and I don't.
You see, earlier in the call when she started speaking about her mindset and she started speaking about the way that she thinks, that's where I needed to challenge in order to prevent the next 25 minutes of objection handling.
I don't know if I'd walk away or jump.
Okay, well, we either have two options. We can either walk away or we can jump. And I don't mind which one that you want to choose. Like, that's totally down to you. That's not my decision. That's your decision at the end of the day. I can only give you clarity so that you can make the right decision. So for you, like, if all you have to do is show up and do the work out 3 times a week, follow the nutrition plan like we tell you to, do you see any way that you can fail?
Not at all.
Okay. And are you actually willing to put in the work?
Yeah, absolutely.
You sure?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
So if you are willing to back yourself and you are willing to do the work and you know that by doing the work you will actually get the result. If you knew that you would back yourself and you knew you wouldn't fail at the end of the day, like, you'd take the jump, wouldn't you? Like, you would do it because you know that there's no way of failure. Like, you can get to where you want to go. So ultimately, like, you tell me here, because where we're at right now is we're at a bit of a bridge, unfortunately. Right?
First analogy didn't land, so I'm gonna have to. I should have framed it better in terms of the two types of people who jump off and the type of people that walk off, and that probably would have brought her in. But this is where I close it, I think.
Right. On one side of this bridge is you, 30 pounds down, feeling sexy, feeling good, looking good, and you feel like you've got the right know-how, you've got the right decisions. Yo-yoing is a distant memory, and you've actually lost all of the fat, so that the doubt is eradicated from your mind, in yourself, in your approach, and you just fucking understand how to do it. Where we're at right now is the other side of this bridge, where the clouds are overhead, it's probably overcast and raining like it is in the UK right now, and you're not feeling good. You don't have the accountability that you require to make the consistent progress that you need, and ultimately, you've been here for a little while. How you get across the bridge is by taking steps. We can't take the steps for you, unfortunately, as great as that would be. What we can do is we can support you with the steps that you want to take. Now, like I said, I've been a coach on V-Trade for a while, so I've seen people on the other side of this island, and I know the difference between 1 and 2. It's just a case of you need to be brave enough to take one step, right?
Yeah.
So I don't expect you to be 100% confident in this whole journey. To be honest, no one ever is. Our most successful people actually feel probably more nervous than you do right now before they actually make this decision. So you tell me, like, are you confident enough to actually take one step?
Tell me again real quick. I know we were over on time. Tell me again real quick what the $1,500 plan includes.
Yeah, so the $1,500 plan. So
Yeah, I feel like here I shouldn't. It's kind of like we're taking turns at leading the conversation. I need to stop buying into the questions and make sure that she answers what I'm gonna say because I'm leading the conversation. Are you confident enough to take one step? Tell me again. No. Before we do that, tell me, regardless of the plan, are you confident enough to take one step into yourself? Yes or no?
personalized nutrition plan completely built for you, right? It's basically got all of the foods that you like, all of the foods that you can eat, how much time you've got to shop and cook. We can include mummy in this plan as well, or mum's in this plan if you want, because then it makes it easier for you, or it makes it easier for her. And it actually means that it's inclusive and you can roll. Now, in terms of the workouts, like I said, completely tailored to you again. So if you want to target certain areas, you want to build bigger biceps, you can build bigger biceps. You want to flatten out your stomach, gain some abs, get some definition, we can really dial in on core strength. Getting it. So put it this way, the body you want to build is the program that we'll create. Now, the coach will come in, they'll be with you 24/7. They'll give you a call a week to, hold you accountable, obviously, and they'll give you one video call every 30 days. So they're going to keep you on the right path. Now, we don't need to hold your hand, but we can if you want. We don't need to slap you on the wrist, but if you step out of line, we're going to give you a little slap on the wrist. All right? Now, we're not here to make you feel like shit. We're here to get you the results. That's what ultimately we're here to do. So that is the whole 90 days. And obviously you get your extra 9 months, like I mentioned before.
The extra 9 months is what again?
To focus all on maintaining. It's called the lifestyle phase. This is
So like the calls are how frequent?
the calls.
The calls with the coach or anything, or that stops after the 90 days?
That stops after 90 days.
Okay.
What I can do is I can give you my personal number on my phone, so that if you need someone to check in with you every week until you've actually I imagine after 90 days you'll have the habits and you'll be able to hold yourself accountable. Yeah. That's where most people are. But worst case scenario, I'll give you my number so that you can message me, I can message you, we can check in, and I can keep you on the right path. Like I'm willing to do that for you. If that's
I appreciate that.
Yeah, so that's just like a little personal touch. It's just like, look, like let's just fucking do this.
Yeah.
First of all, you know how to sell. Second of all, I am really serious about this, and I'm also serious about the maintaining part. So it wouldn't be a bad investment. And like I said initially, I wouldn't pay $50 a month to cancel.
Mm-hmm.
You did mention that I don't have to pay anything now.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that work?
So what we can do, and by the way, it's not about me selling, it's about you standing up and taking action and doing so.
Taking it off me and putting it back on her. It's not about me selling, it's about you standing up and taking action, yeah.
I don't mind whether you join the program.
You're just the guidance and explaining it, but
Exactly.
I work in sales and I hear the way that you're pitching.
You recognise it, which is nice to see. It's nice to hear. It's good feedback. So let me help you understand. What we do is we split the payments up. We do so over 3 years, 36 months. Now the first payment wouldn't come out until September, so that'd be like $50 in September. Then from September onwards, you pay $50 a month. You can pay it off early if you want. You're not tied into 36 months worth of contract. So let's say you have a good commission month and you fly in. You're like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm just going to pay it all off. Right. You have this option there as well. So it's interesting that you say that you're in sales, because I know when I first started in sales, I wasn't in great shape. And ultimately, when I got into pretty much fantastic shape, it changed everything for me.
I don't doubt it.
It just keeps your mind clear. Because this is where the majority of results come. So, is this the way?
So earlier when she said, it's not going to make me money, I should have asked, well, what is it that you do? And if she said sales, mate, that would have been ping, ping, ping. That would have been closed right there.
That we can make it work for you
Yes,
today.
yes, I think we could do the 90-day one.
Okay, are you sure? Like, we don't
Yes, I'm sure. When would I, like, how soon can I begin this? Because I already did the questionnaire for the meals, and I know that if I sign up for this, then technically it's going to piggyback off of this questionnaire for the food, or it's something completely different.
something different. We'll explain all of it. We'll refund you anything that you bought already, all right? Because that's like not obsolete, basically, but it means that it's like it's not going to be anywhere near as effective as what we're running through today. So what I'll do is I'll pop a link over to the chat. I'll talk you through it and I'll show you how we'll do all of this, all right? So you see this link just here?
Mhm.
Go ahead and tap that link. This will take you over to V-Shred Accelerator Custom Coaching Plan. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what you want?
I think that's it, guys. Yeah, I think that's it, basically. Okay. Just trying to see if there's any more like objection handling. Don't think so. Don't know why this call went on for another 20 minutes, but yeah, like that's pretty much everything, guys. Like the real key takeaways from this is like they will give you everything that you need, discover it or objection wise, at the top of the call before money's on the table. So if you want to actually close deals, then you need to listen, because that's what I didn't do. Yes, I closed it, but it also took like 20, or what was that, half an hour basically of objection handling, pitching off for 15 minutes. Like it's not on. I wasn't listening. I was too attached to the outcome. But then later on, it was like detachment. Yeah, it's like because I was just so focused on like through the process. But I should have nailed her in on her mindset, on her responsibility, on her commitment, and consequence, because I didn't do any of those really. I'm kind of lucky I got the sale across, in a way. I'm surprised that I did. So, learn from my mistakes. Watch this back if you need to. Drop me a message. I'll pop my Instagram in the comments. Drop me a message if you need to. If this is helpful in any way, then let me know. If you want to see more of these, let me know. I'll review my own calls about 4 times a week, so maybe I can do like a couple videos a week. I'm just starting a new offer now. I'm actually finished this one, so yeah, it will be interesting to see where this goes. And I know that since then I've progressed so much, and that was only 2 months ago. So yeah, things are looking good, bruv. I want a 20k month before the end of the year. That's the plan. So yeah, peace out, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.